been forced by
circumstances
to abandon. People were still heaving about in the train, but Lingasakwe was not annoyed. He knew that by long now, or perhaps Wolfsbury, most of the folks will all be gone. At Brandfontein, many people alighted, but Linga was no longer thinking of his discomfort anymore. He was thinking of
Mapula.
She had promised to be in time for this train. That depended, of course, on whether she succeeded to persuade the staff nurse in charge to let her off a few minutes before time. The train slowed down.
Industrial.
Sure enough, there she was. He gave a wolf whistle, as if he was admiring some girl he did not know. She hurried into his carriage, stepped in, and sat beside him. They did not seem to know each other from Adam.
And nuclear too, from the train. All seemed quiet. But Linda and Mapula knew the deceptive quiet meant the same. Even here, the train skimmed on. Emptier and emptier. It is only when they had passed Maresbed did those two venture speak to each other. Well, Linda was Xhosa and Mapula was Sotho.
And the what's wrong with that?
And I said, well, back in the days, those who were not allowed to be seen together.
Why not?
Very beautiful. Love, in its mysterious, ill-stead ways, had flung them together. Linda spoke first.
Surely so no one who might know you.
She fidgeted uneasily with the strap of her handbag. His hand went over and closed over her fingers. They turned simultaneously to look at each other. A sympathetic understanding came to Linga's eyes. He smiled, rather tense. Look, Vikwaki,
Masambe. They rose and went to the door. The train stopped and they went up. Together they walked to a bridge. Went over a line and out by a little gate. For some 200 yards they walked over flat, stubbly ground. Then went down a mountain cliff, at the bottom of which ran a stream. Found a shady spot and suddenly fled into each other's arms like frightened children. The time-old ritual, ancient as the hills, novel as the ever-changing skies. Long they clung to each other, long and silent. These two darling hearts were lost in each other. The world too, good, bad, or indifferent, was forgotten in the glorious flux of these two souls meeting and mingling. Mapula spoke first.
Oh, Linga, I'm afraid.
Here, well, the world is quiet. Nothing can reach and harm us here, my dear.
Still, the cruelest thing they do is to trust two young people like guilty things to sneak off only to see each other.
What is wrong with our people, Mapula?
She did not answer. He lay musing for a long time. She could see that he was slowly getting angry.
She wished she could understand the strange indignations of his spirits and the great arguments by which he explained life. Most times, she only yearned for his love.
They do not see. Ababoli Mapula. They butcher one another and they seem to like it. Where there should be brotherhood and love, there are bitter animosities. Where there should be cooperation and common diversity, there are barriers of hostility. Stealing a brother's heart against a brother's misery.
Sometimes I understand, Bule. We have had so many dishonest leaders, and often had our true leaders left in the lurch by the weak-kneed colleagues and lukewarm followers that no one wishes to stick their neck out too far. Where is the courage to will these suicidal factions into a nation? The problem is, very few of us have a vision comprehensive enough to our destiny. I believe that God has a few of us to whom he whispers in the ear.
Our very true history is right before us, for yet we have to build, to create, to achieve. Our very oppression is the flower of opportunity. If not for history's grand finale, why then does God hold us back? Hell! And here we are, feuding in God's dressing room, even before the curtain rises.
In God's dressing room, she thought. What does that mean? But his anguish stabbed at her heart.
Linga, no. Let me show you something else. something that I understand. It is no more long before you and I can marry. I dream about the home that we are going to have. I want that home, Linga. You taught me that a woman's greatest contribution to civilization so far is to furnish homes, where great men and great ideas have developed. Moreover, there's our problem. Let us rather think of ways of handling my father.
No, not now. Let us think about the present, about now.